Welcome to the news and updates from AltSpace. Hi, I am Laurel. And Donna's muted.
I'm still muted and I'm trying to put my feet in the right place and oh my gosh, all these things all at once.
Love it.
Like, isn't this the end of the week? Oh, totally. I'm Donna, the other host here at News and Updates, ready to bring you the news that is the news in our metaverse community, AltSpace VR. Mark, our esteemed producer and the genius of this weekly AltSpace VR news show, he's behind the camera bot, live streaming to everyone out there in the metaverse and beyond.
Indeed, far, far into the beyond. I love it. Hi, Jacob. Go find a nice comfy seat. Beautiful. So we have, boy, do we have news. So things have returned to, shall we say, normal this week, whatever that means. So we have nothing to report. Okay, I'm gone. We're out of here. All right, no. Okay, not really. There's always stuff to talk about here. We have, you know, it just amazes me every week that we attack the news. Go, there's no news. There's what are we going to talk about? There's nothing to go. And then when we put it all together, we put the script together and all this notes, we're like, holy cow, a lot happened that we didn't even know happened. So, you know, that's our job here is to, and why you're here is to find out what's going on in the front of the virtual world as well as behind it.
So one of the things to take note as we start today with news is that AltSpace VR announced, the admins announced that on Monday, okay, so in PST time, it's at 6:30 to 7 a.m. For UK people, it is 2:30 p.m. There is going to be a back-end maintenance happening. So AltSpace VR will be down or interrupted during that time period. They ask that we be patient with them and not flood the support groups with reports as this is a scheduled update. Now, as somebody who has an event that starts at 7 a.m. PST time, hopefully it'll be back up as per schedule. So we'll see.
They can do it. They can do it.
Yeah, never a dull moment. Now, we've been told there is a new update, as usual, coming out this coming week. Now, this is going to resolve many of the little things that have been annoying us. We're not sure of all the details. Which of the things? Maybe the Quest hands. Is everybody still losing control of their hands in the Quest? That's been an interesting thing. Yeah. But we hope it will include the funky thing going on. Oh, I should read a hand every once in a while.
Was that Freudian?
Oh, I had it on my mind and Laurel wrote it in the script. Go figure. Okay, and some other tweaks will be fixed with the user interface. Oh, sorry, you guys. You must really believe that we're drinking cough medicine or something back here, but we really aren't.
You never know what's going to happen here. Seriously. Okay.
You know what?
So,
Get ready for
I
the
don't even know
Cooper
where
Wheels.
Okay, so the new World and Kit search function is back on the website. How many people are thrilled about that? Yay! So we can now have the World Kit and search is back. It was so missed. Now, there was a security issue with a code, and it's been resolved, so you may search with joy through all of the public worlds here in AltSpace. I am so happy that that is fixed. Yay! And on that note, the user interface now starts to make sense when it comes to favoriting words, because the words match. When you favorite a world, it appears in your favorites list. So yeah, kudos and thanks to Daisy Shaw for staying on top of that with the staff and everybody, because that was an amazing pain in the tuchus. Donna?
Okay, just a quick sound check. Can you guys give me emojis of my voices? Lorella's cutting out for me, but sometimes that means I'm having a problem. So
no,
is my voice okay? Mark, is my voice okay?
Okay, so now let's do another sound check.
Yep, it's fine.
How about my voice? Is that doing okay or cutting out? Okay, everybody
Lorella,
says I'm good too.
I can't actually hear you, so if you can hear me, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You sound great. I sound great.
Now, okay. Do I have hearts? Give me hearts if you guys can hear me. Awesome. Okay. Important feedback was brought up by Dawn, the co-host.
Oops. Donna, did we lose you?
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just can't hear each other, so
yes.
Interesting. Okay, so there's important feedback that was brought up by Dawn, the co-host of A Thing in a Place podcast and many other fun events. He and others noticed that the new billboards in the info zone and Campfire that promote events are set to promote all events, not just featured events. Some, shall we say, questionably titled, just a few, titled events appear on that list, upsetting many as they felt the titles were inappropriate or misleading. The developers will be releasing an update this week that fixes this, making AltSpace VR a friendly and more tolerant and accepting community. I know, I have to say, I blush reading some of those titles.
Yeah, I know. And as we have been reporting, the info zone is now the key access point for new AltSpace VR users. Guests may no longer enter AltSpace VR, only those with a registered account. Yay, GDPR, this is what happens. Okay, so we bring you, whoops, as I teleport across, we're having a fun start here. Oh, I didn't even know I hit the mouse. Okay. Oh, can we start over? So, and we bring you this special,
guys.
You guys just come here for the jokes, you know, the dumb stuff that happens. All right. We know it. So we're going to bring you a very special announcement, if I can get it out of my lips here. Quest is back in the stores. It is sailing its way through I can't even talk now. Delivery systems to your door and to your virtual experience. Now, AltSpace is expecting another wave of newcomers over the next few weeks. And if you are a community helper, your help will be definitely needed in the info zone. For other helpful people here, you're welcome to come and help in the info zone. That's okay. But you know where you can really do the most value? I'm not kidding. Please stay in the Campfire. Welcome the new people that are coming in. Because they got through, some of them, you know, meet the community helpers, some don't, but they come into the Campfire and they have no idea what's next. And they're kind of going, oh my God, there's snow everywhere. Okay, so please be helpful there. Talk to them. Introduce yourselves. Introduce them to how awesome AltSpace is. Take them flying. Take them to new worlds. Lead them to events when the events get started. Find a way to connect with them, because that's the real value. That's how you can truly be helpful, is in the Campfire after they've gotten through all the information overload, okay? And once you connect with them, you know, we found that the people that come in new and they meet people in the Campfire, good people, there's some toxic people. We're just not talking about them. But if they meet welcoming people, they tend to have greater retention. And it also helps to convey the welcoming spirit that we have here in this community. So help us welcome the new people in the Campfire once they've gone through all the little moving around and jumping through hoops thing, okay?
Now continue to help keep AltSpace VR a safe and lawful place by blocking and reporting underage individuals to allow the staff to deal with them.
Yay. Don't deal with them, let them. I think that's the best thing. Now, the consolidation of most of the Altspace VR, Discord, Reddit, and Slack and other channels down to a single Discord server has brought a wide variety of people and personalities together in a single place. The official Altspace VR Discord is open to the public. While there are a few channels for some events, some private channels for some events and community roles, most of it is open and visible to the public that's representing the public face of Altspace VR.
Now we have an amazing, open, diverse, and outspoken community. And for the most part, we get along or figure ways to get around the people who annoy us, just a few. And we have Discord servers for chatting, Laurel, I can't say that, whining and collective conversations outside the official Discord. Please use them.
She couldn't say bitching. Okay, I'll say bitching. All right. Yes.
And Laurel, just so you know, I am on air.
Okay. All right. Can you click it, turn it on, and turn it off? They're not hearing you in the second room. Thank you. So hello, everybody in the second room. And serenity for everybody.
Can you hear us now?
Know.
Can you hear me now?
There, she's got some hearts going. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So over the past few months, staff has stepped in to deal with personality conflicts. And we put together a quick list of staff advice, not our advice, their advice on using the official Discord. So contact staff or a group individually, as a group or individually. Contact the staff only when it's critical and it impacts the majority of users. For example, the server's going down. Okay, that makes sense. That impacts everybody. They're paying attention and they don't need to be pinged every 2 minutes with some, nagging thing. Because when you tag them, you use the @ it brings up a big message in front of their face. They are paying attention. Please be respectful of their time and energy, but most of all, their focus. Because the more we interrupt them, the slower things get done, right? Okay, isn't that how you feel when you're doing this? The slower it goes, it just takes forever, all right?
Now, the next thing is really important. Use appropriate channels. If reporting a troubleshooting issue, make sure it is a new issue and not a feature recommendation. They are not the same thing. Although sometimes they feel like the same thing to us, they are in fact not the same. There is a channel for feature requests, and please make sure when you have feature requests that you actually post them. They read those, and the more of us that ask for the same kinds of things, the closer to the top of the list some might go up. So when reporting minor troubleshooting questions or technical support issues, use the in-world support form in your UI or email the support staff so they can have a paper trail and can forward your information into the right people.
And it's
right people, I guess is the proper pronunciation.
And
Laurel?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Laurel?
Okay, I'm here. Am I suddenly not talking? I'm here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we're having lovely
Now
audio
you are.
issues. Okay. So I don't know if y'all remember in the old days before social media, we had forums. And the number one thing that was said over and over and over again in the forums is search first. Discord has some powerful search features. So if you need help, if you have a question, if you want to report a featured item, whatever happens to be, search first and then do a thumbs up or hit one of the emojis to let them know so they can keep track instead of just flooding it. Search first. You'll probably find an answer. I found tons of answers just by searching, okay? Altspace VR has provided us with a variety of web pages to, links and things like that to for contact forms so that it directs your questions and reports to the right person and the team. So bitching about it, I can say the word, bitching about it on Discord doesn't make that happen, okay? It just doesn't happen. So please keep the personal stuff personal. There are Discords for that. I mean, that's the fun of it. We have Discords all over the place for the unofficial Altspace Discord, bitch away. Go for it. Have fun. And then there, but in the official one, just please, when you post there, about 1,000 people see what you're posting. Okay? Remember that. Keep it in mind. We preach respect, compassion, and tolerance in Altspace VR. Let's practice it on Discord as well. Okay? Thanks, everybody.
Now, Now, again, stay tuned for new updates coming soon to improve performance and experience. And we will report on them in our Discord channel during the week and bring them to you next week on the news and updates. Now, on to world news.
World building, as mentioned, the ability to search worlds and kits is back on the altvr.com website. Love that. I want it in world, but they're working on it. So rejoice and search away. I actually had fun playing with that this week.
Absolutely. And just keep in mind that when you go to the featured list, there's 18. But when you do the search, it searches a broader range. So it doesn't just go through the featured, right? It searches. So if there were worlds that you used to love to go to, aka Spirit Cave, or one of Daisy Shaw's worlds, or one of Kate's worlds, or one of Alan's worlds, and they're not on the featured list, and you can't remember what the name is, put the world builder's name in there. You type in Daisy and her worlds come up. You put it, so make sure if you can't exactly remember the name of the world, but it also features, you'll find some of the old worlds. So favoriting them on the website is an easy way to get access. So we have the previously announced minimum of feature world featured in the in-world UI. And Altspace told us that they would randomly rotate the worlds every 2 weeks or so. The list of worlds appears to definitely be random. Let's watch for this a bit, then report any worlds that end up on the list that aren't working for your device. This is really critical, you guys. This helps everybody in Altspace. And it helps make the experience for new users better if you experienced users report problems that you're having. So also report any you feel shouldn't be on that list. They are working slowly on changing the whole world interface for us, so expect more to evolve over the next few months. You know all the changes that we saw with events? Well, welcome to the world of worlds change.
Oh, well done. I love it. So most of the worlds and kits that were impacted by the latest update to Unity and the Altspace VR Unity uploader have been resolved. Yay! But not all, but most of them. So remember, if a kit is in the featured kit section, it's up to the kit creator to update the kit. And they may choose not to do so, okay? But we hope they will, but it is up to them. So many have done so and replaced their kits with new ones. So check with the creators or in the World Building Discord channel or in the there's still a separate World Building Discord channel. And check there for updates. In fact, that's the better one to find the builders are in that one.
Now, one of the best events still on the calendar in Altspace VR related to Worlds is the World Building Tour that happens every Wednesday. So the past Wednesday was fantastic with Karen666 and Dave Shaw leading the tour through Skulls and Skeletons. The plan this week is to tour, drumroll, the Amazing Worlds by Pox.
That's the hope.
He was one of the early adopters on Unity and Altspace VR and specializes in huge worlds. He's known for the beautiful synagogue he created for Joker. Really, if you haven't been there, that's just really quite an amazing thing. And it turned it into Joker's Funhouse. So also there's good fun and twisted fun. Joker is incredible. We will explore some of his completed and incompleted works here in Altspace VR. And you guys, we learn as much from things that are in the works or broken, etc., right? We can learn from all stages of world building. So that should be really interesting. So check this out. The Wednesday World Building Tours to explore the amazing versatility and variation of the worlds here in Altspace VR. So for more information on world building, also visit help.altvr.com and developer.altvr.com and head to the website and check out the search and favorite some worlds. Let's get some traffic to those worlds.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, felt like I was missing part of Altspace when those were down.
On to events.
We have some news for event hosts and moderators before we get to the actual events. So updates are happening fast with Front Row, which is AltSpace unique event feature that mirrors rooms to allow additional audience members to attend a single event. And we have people right now. So I want to hear everybody in room 2. Not so. So if you came, see, you don't know what room you're in, but if anybody sees Serenity, send up some hearts. All right, so see how she's a ghost? That means she's a ghost with hearts. That means that you're in room 1. If you're in room 2, send up some hearts. Give us some ghost hearts. Yay, I love it. So look around and there'll be some people in room 2 with Serenity giving up some hearts. So look around, you'll see ghost hearts. That helps us identify which room. I love it. So we have multiple rooms for a single event. Now, presenters and moderators and host roles have the ability to view and enter empty front row rooms before the event begins to help with prep. Oh, I've been wanting this for so long. This is amazing. So we can test those front row. The webpage has changed slightly, so when you edit it on the website, it's become a little more welcoming and tolerant. I think it's kind of silly. But anyway, I didn't say that. What was the white list, which is now the allow list, which allows people into the event space if it's private or early access. The black-list, which is those who were kicked out of the event, is now called the block list. I love it when we play semantics. So obviously somebody had an issue with these words. Now they are the allow list and the block list. So clean up your language, folks, okay? And now, Donna, let's see what is on the schedule this week. You ready? We have a drum roll, Donna.
What?
Drum roll. Start talking.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, God, it just never ends. Are you ready? Start talking.
Sorry, you're cutting out so much that I can't tell
Okay.
when you get to the next section. Is it me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. First 3 cheers and applause and hearts for Center Stage. It's
So much for
celebrating
timing.
its first year here in... You guys, a year, really something to be celebrated. It really takes a lot of commitment on the part of hosts. So really, hosted by the beautiful Natalia, Center Stage offers an opportunity for singers, storytellers, poets, and jokers to show off their talents in a safe and respectful environment. Over the past year, Center Stage has hosted amazing talents, some for a one-shot experience and others returning week after week to entertain. The event is usually packed, so make sure you get there early on Sundays. Cheers to Natalia and all the amazing moderators and performers who help support this fabulous event, and congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Just
Yay.
wow.
Oh, I'm so excited. That is going to be amazing. You do not want to miss that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up because we're missing a slide here. Over the last couple of weeks, the Ask Me Anything series has been a huge success, and this week looks like another winning event. So make sure that you check out the AMA Ask Me Anything series from AltSpace. It's going to be featuring the VR Enterprise Solution of the Year Award for Viru Virtual World Immersive Rooms. It's a commercial virtual reality system that generates virtual environments and rooms on an enterprise level. So Thursday is a great opportunity to meet them and ask questions. So make sure you check it out. But we have also more round of applause and more drum rolling for Daisy. Go for it.
Now, Daisy Shaw's UK meetup, which made it to the newsletter this week, is happening tomorrow. If you live and I say tomorrow, check your time zones. If you live in the UK, come join her as people from across the United Kingdom connect and network. Sure, it's been a tough week as the UK exited the EU yesterday. This is tough for a lot of people, so many emotions. And there are players on both sides of this continuing debate, but in AltSpace VR, let's leave that crazy behind and get to embrace us all as avatars with no sides who come together, love, respect, and compassion. It's a community, you guys. Oh, and it's great fun. So if you are at a Daisy Shaw event, it is guaranteed to be fun. She's hilarious. And there are now 74 people RSVP'd for this event. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss this, you guys.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Daisy, thank you so much for doing that event. I want everybody else to do one in their region too. Okay. The 2020 Educators in VR International Summit is February 17th through the 22nd here in AltSpace VR. It is going to be featuring over, I think the count now is 200 hours. I don't know. I've lost so much track. Don and I have been working on this and I have no idea anymore. Over 200 hours of educational workshops and presentations on integrating VR, AR, and XR in the classroom and research and development for education spread across 6 days, and most of them here in AltSpace. Now, Don and I just met with the, for the 800th time, with the AltSpace VR events team. They said, and we quote, "Something of this magnitude has never been done on AltSpace or another immersive virtual platform ever." Didn't know that. Freaking out, trying not to, but anyway, very exciting. And we'd love you to be a part of it. There'll be live streams and individual workshops with experts from around the world. The entire event is free and open to the public. It is a groundbreaking conference, and we'd love to have you be involved.
Now, and keep in mind, there's a bunch of different ways to be involved. And because you guys are experienced users, I know, Laurel, are you talking about volunteers somewhere else? Or I just want to put a plug for,
Yes,
you
I'm
can
coming
attend
up,
an
yes,
event.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and be a volunteer, but attend events at the same time. So get your mind working about this already. So Educators in VR, their next regular meetup is this coming Tuesday, and it's a social event. A great opportunity to meet some of the speakers and other members in Educators in VR and AltSpace VR, and network and learn from each other how they are using VR and AR in education. And keep in mind that it is about education, but even if your job isn't directly related to education per se, we are all in education. We all meet people all the time where we're teaching, we're learning from other people, and we're teaching, right? So a lot of these topics are not just limited to a classroom setting, but an exchange of ideas and exchange of information. So they're great opportunities.
And Dawn and I have been dealing with, we're trying to get the schedule out, but we've been dealing with the speakers and going through all their bios and all of their stuff. And the topics are covering everything from integrating into classrooms of every age, from kindergarten on up to university and research programs and stuff, but also people who are working with their community to work with the disabled, with elderly, with people that are in confinement and home care, and all kinds of things, people with autism. I mean, the list is so long, and it's just fascinating. People with social anxieties and diversity issues and global outreach programs. And we're going to be hearing from the founder of Rumi, the educational virtual platform, about how he created a virtual K through 12 school in VR. I mean, come on. Isn't that amazing? So there's so many topics there, and as she said, we need your help. But anyway, back on to what we're talking about. In preparation for this seriously, I call it earthquake, ground-shattering event, myself and the Educators in VR team are hosting a series of Speaker 101 events to prepare the 150 plus speakers who are coming into AltSpace VR Mini for the first time, as well as anyone else who wants to learn more about how to present here in AltSpace VR or improve their presentation skills. It's a fun event, and everybody is welcome. Now, Dawn,
okay, so
the
now,
volunteers,
I get to talk
yay!
about volunteers again. I really need to read ahead sometimes. There is also a volunteer meetup to encourage anyone who wishes to help out in AltSpace VR for the International Summit. And the meetup is happening on Thursday. So make sure to check the calendar for the time in your time zone. Now, we need all types of help. So some familiarity, holy cow, with AltSpace VR is needed. And the volunteer meetups include training sessions to help you learn more. But know that anyone can help out, really.
Yay.
We need, there's just a broad spectrum of help. So this doesn't have to be a huge time commitment. That's the other thing. Even if you can only do an hour or two, here or there, all help is welcome. We need moderators, filmers, helpers of all kinds, no experience necessary, and we've many great opportunities. So one of the things is that when you go through the schedule, there may be events, speakers that you'd really like to listen to. If you're willing to volunteer, a great thing would be to volunteer during a time where there's speakers that you're interested in, okay? So then you get to hear the presentation, but you also get to help it along. And because we're having from the 17th to the 22nd, it's such a, it starts on a Monday, ends on a Saturday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have events going 24 hours a day with only a few hours exception. So we really need all time zones. And again, it doesn't have to be long. It just can be an hour or two. But if it's possible, if you find some topics that you think would be interesting, that might be a great time slot to just put your hand up and say that you'll help moderate, or when you go to do the volunteer form, get an idea of the different things. Okay, so I really encourage you. This is going to be an awesome opportunity to even be a part of an epic experience, right, you guys? So encourage you to come and
Yay. We're going to be drowning the calendar on that week. It's going to be amazing. And honestly, kudos to the AltSpace VR events team. If you host an event, you haven't worked with them yet, please do. These people are absolutely amazing and so helpful and creative. We've come up with some very, very creative ideas on how to schedule everything out with them. And so partner up with them and make sure you know how they're doing. Yes, Donna?
And one other thing I'd just like to add to this. So you guys know that in your devices that you have limited amounts of time. Even if you get really great battery life out of your, or you're in a tethered device or whatever, you can only be in your headset so long. So I really encourage you guys, if you have never checked out a 2D, so right now, both of us are presenting in 2D. We're via computer. You have so many different options, right? So you can be dealing with Discord. We've talked about this before. You have access to multiple things that you may be doing. But 2D offers that more comfortable experience especially when you're volunteering, that you can participate for a longer period of time sometimes than you can do within your headset. So really encourage you to, if you haven't checked out 2D, in the next week or two, just check it out. Computer, a decent gaming headset. They don't have to be expensive, but just a decent gaming headset, and just download with a mic. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good point. And just go to Google AltSpace VR and downloads, and you'll get right to the page, and you can download it, and it's just available. You can't be in your headset and in 2D mode at the same time. One user, you can only be in AltSpace as a user in one platform. So Laurel and I both do this. We're whipping between our headsets, and between some things are easier, right, to do with Worlds and headset, but then you come into 2D to have meetings and that sort of thing. But really encourage you to do that. Thanks, Laurel.
Yeah. Yes, and it does. You have to unplug the USB from your headset. Just remember that, and then turn off all the warning messages saying "can't find your headset" when you're in 2D. All right. So we will have more information about all of this, but I just want to let you know there are this is the Educators in VR International Summit that's coming up is going to be taking over the calendar because it's a 6-day event, and there are 70 different events that are going to be hosted through that. That does not mean that the other events are any lesser. It just means this is just a block of time. So please check out all the other events that are going on now and during that week. There are some amazing things happening, and I love all the events, the new events that are coming up from all the new people that are coming in. So look under each day of the week. I know it's kind of weird getting used to that interface, or use the website. And while we don't recommend it, but do look under all. There are a few really, really great events and people who are experimenting to see what they can do with this. So their event may be crap to begin with, but they're working on it. They want to be brave, put themselves out, Okay, so I don't mean every event is crap, but it might be, okay? But you know how it is. It's experiments. So,
you guys, I have to tell you, Yeah, when you have an idea and you do it, let's all be honest, it doesn't always work the way you thought it would
No,
work,
it
right?
doesn't.
Sometimes it comes in your own head, it comes out way different than it does.
But it's about the courage.
And you know,
that's most
we're all
important.
there, and you know what? Every great idea had to start somewhere, and most of them had to go through fire testing to get where they are today, right? And so yeah, just to add to that, I'll say, like, sometimes just going in and just being at somebody else's event, no matter what the quality of the event is. I have a hard time when the name is really inappropriate, but going into those events and just giving that person that's on stage just a little bit of, you feel like $1,000,000 when you're hosting an event and someone you don't know, maybe a user that you see in the campfire all the time, comes into your event. Honestly, you guys, that empowers people so much. And it only takes 5 or 10 minutes. You don't have to stay a long time if you don't have the time, right? But just stop by, and it really does something for people who are just starting with events.
I love it. And
remember
don't
the
forget
conversation.
Go ahead, Donna.
Can I just tell you, I'm really sorry, you guys, but I don't know about Laurel, but I'm really struggling to hear Laurel. So we're talking over each other a little bit today. And,
we don't mean to.
So remember, the conversation doesn't stop here in Altspace.
Go on.
So check out the various Discord groups we have here in the Altspace VR community and activities. There's a new official Altspace VR group, and many of the other ones are still rocking. So we have a list in the lobby just for you. Now, let's talk. That's what we need to name this session. Let's talk.
We need, all right, Mark, fix it. Let's call it, let's talk. All right. I wanted to talk.
No, I just mean this section.
I know it. I think we should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I wanted to just really briefly, because we are having audio problems, talk about the ways that people can give back to our community here in Altspace. And there are so many ways. We've talked about, welcoming people into the campfire and teaching them how to fly and introducing them to worlds and taking to events. That is a brilliant way that you don't have to be anybody special to just be welcoming. And it really helps also to break up the little gangs that form of some of the toxic personalities, because toxic personalities tend to attract, not that there's anything okay, there is something wrong with toxic people, but anyway, it tends to attract, how much trouble can I get into for that? So, but it tends to attract people as attention getting, and sometimes we want to break that up in a way that we make sure that people know that we are kind and welcoming here, and that we are nice and people don't overhear toxicity. But there are other ways also to get involved, and you can volunteer. Donna, you want to explain some of the volunteer things we have, not community helpers, but just volunteer opportunities here in Altspace?
So tied into, and I wanted to just talk about community helpers for a second. So as a tie into that, one of the great things about, there's criteria you have to meet to be a community helper. So one of the great things about volunteering is being really strategic about your volunteering and making it work towards your community helper, the criteria that's involved in becoming a community helper. But my advice to new people when they come to one-on-ones and they talk about volunteering, etc., is always this. There's a calendar of events. There is a host of events. Go to events, find ones that you love, that you're passionate about them, you like what's happening on stage, you get to know the people that are there. Go to the event host and just ask the event host. Just let them know you like their event and ask them if there's anything they can do to help. So just like sometimes an event likes to film, so they may need help filming. Moderators is a very common one, but each event is a little bit unique in what they may do on stage or off stage, or maybe they need somebody to just be with people for open mic, just be with people along the side, get them on the stage. I don't know, there's all sorts of things. So find an event you love and then volunteer there. With community helper, I always suggest that I get asked this a lot at one-on-ones, and so to go to, just Google Altspace VR community helper. Altspace has this awesome blog where they talk about I'm sorry. They have an awesome post. I know Laurel's going to say that.
Yes.
They have this awesome post about exactly what a community helper is, what they do, what the criteria is, and a link to completing a form. And I talk to some people sometimes who have sent in their form and it's been rejected. So we sit down and go through, and they have actually not met all the criteria. So they sent the form in before they literally met all the criteria. Mm-hmm. So it's important to understand that you need you need experience volunteering. You need to be in AltSpace for a period of time. It's a minimum of 3 months. But a very key one is that you need to host events. And the Insta events with the alt quiz and the holograms and whatever does not count as hosting an event. Okay, so now lots of people, that's where they start and they get excited about, you do a presentation and you get a few friends in. But when they talk about hosting events, they're talking about featured events that you're actually like putting events on the calendar, etc. If you have any questions about your experience and how that might apply to an application, head over to the Campfire and talk to the admin person. You could do it. You could send in a support thing to do the question via the website, but I'd suggest just go and talk to the person in the Campfire. Having relationships with the admins in AltSpace is also something part of being a community helper. You get to know them, they get to know you, they get to know your mannerisms. When they start seeing you in the Campfire and they see how you interact with people, you don't have to have a community helper badge to take people world hopping. You don't have to have a community helper badge to teach people how to fly. You go in the Campfire and volunteer with these kinds of things. So another suggestion for volunteering is when you go into the Campfire, go to find the admin person and tell them that you want to take people that you're going to take people to a world and you're going to teach them how to fly. The admin person will actually announce that. They're happy to do that. They'll announce it, and you can create a portal. You can take a group of people. The more you do that, the admins learn who you are. Okay, so all these things help to interconnect our community, and we need people that love this community to step forward and do these kinds of things, right? So I really, really encourage you to do that.
And above all, host some events. They don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be anything sophisticated. I know you all are tired of me hearing about it. I'm looking for that knitting meetup. Okay, so if you can knit and you knit good, because I knit for shit and I want to learn how to knit better, please start a knitting meetup so that I can shut up and stop talking about it. But whatever it is that you can do in the real world or otherwise, if you're good at world building and Unity, start a meetup to talk about introduction to world building or Unity or development or something like that. If you are good at cooking, start a cooking show or talking a discussion about cooking. There used to be some of those. I want some more back. Whatever it is, remodeling or postcard collecting is actually serious business for postcards and stamps and things. Whatever it is that you love doing in the real world, bring it here. And just gather people together and find people of like mind. Even if you collect or breed a specific kind of dog, it doesn't matter. Bring people of like mind together and let's have fun.
So to close out that particular conversation, I've had conversations with people who have been so broken because they took the effort, they made the effort, they created an event, and no one came. And you guys, that's one of the reasons I encourage you, especially if you're an experienced person in AltSpace, if you see something on the calendar, you see an event, and you only see 1 or 2 people in there, go in there just to add that. But the other thing from an event perspective is we've all been there. It happens that you go to all this work and you create a presentation, you think you have all this material, you're passionate about the subject, you do everything that Laurel just said, and then nobody comes. And it's really quite devastating. So my comment about that is, remember, we've said this to you guys before, you're not early adopters, you guys are pioneers. There's a difference, okay? So we're not walking a trail, we're making the trail. What happens then is that there is still limited people. We haven't got even near mass adoption for VR yet. So there's still minimal people in here. And that means that Maybe the time that works good for you doesn't work for other people. Maybe somebody said they would favorited it but couldn't come. They had to be at their, maybe their grandma's dying, or there's all these things that happen in life. So the reason that nobody came to your event has nothing to do with you. It's just life stuff. And so please don't let that discourage you, because every time, even the preparation for an event is going to teach you things, right? And a year or two down the road, when you're talking to new users and they tell you they created an event and nobody came, you know what? It happened to you, and you can understand, right? So these experiences aren't lost, and please don't let them deter you.
Yeah, it's happened to me. All right, take us out, Donna.
I don't know. Is Laurel talking?
Go. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just say that's all for this week's season. I'm really, really sorry. This is just a little bit strange today with the audio, but that's all that we've got this week to share with you. You can keep up with Altspace news and updates by subscribing to our event through the channels tab on altvr.com website. So that's a great place, you guys. If you don't use channels, go to the website, click on channels, click on featured, find news and updates, and you can keep up with things that are happening. There's the Discord channel, and you can watch the live stream of past news events on our YouTube channel. So we just added the Altspace VR announcements feed to news and updates Discord server. We are here for you, really, to keep you updated on what's happening in Altspace. So please tell a friend, share our Discord and our YouTube channel so that others can keep up with the news around Altspace as well.
Yes, indeed. And we're going to hang around after the show so you can laugh at us or with us, either one, about all of our goofy stuff today, and talk to you about what you're doing here in Altspace and what is going on and how we can help you as much as we can. Again, we're not staff, we're just volunteers, just like we've been talking about. We're giving back to the community. And thank you to all of our amazing volunteers who come in give up part of their weekend to be here with us. They are the best people in the world. And for the people in room 2, thank you, thank you, thank you. We really, really appreciate you being here. And because we have 2 rooms open, I will bring the front row on so you can ask a question with the raise hand button for coming up. So thank you, everybody. We love you, and volunteer and help out, and we will see you all next week, I hope. We're going to live that long? Yeah! Yay! Oh, she teleports all over the place. Oh,